Hello and welcome to today's news of Vanguard Live. My name is Damilola Ogunshaki. Let's move straight to Vanguard newspaper. Vanguard is leading with reign of bandit kidnappers disquiet as terror attacks on Abuja Middle towns continue. Scores killed, many kidnapped. Government storm shopping mall in Nasarawa, kill 4 shoppers. CPO directs investigation into attack. Chief Imam Okada rider killed in fresh petrol attack. You can see that story on page 5. On page 29, no plan to increase price of petrol. That's coming from NNPC Ltd. Isba board seizes truck with 24,000 bottles of beer in Kano. And on page 31, huge AFCON blow. Ndidi out, Yusuf in, Iheanacho doubtful. Stories above on page 31. First under 17 World Cup winning coach Sebastian Broderick dies at 85. Naira scarcity, devaluation, rising inflation, TUC tells federal government. No apology for backing Dewey's re-election, that's according to Jonathan. You can see that on page 12. And lastly on Vanguard newspaper, high interest rate drives up mutual fund investment by 63.7% to 2.25 trillion naira in December. You can see that on page 19. Now the nation. Nation is leading with EFCC freezes 30 billion naira NSIPA cash traced to private accounts. Anti-graft body grills coordinator arrests ex-TFA. Ex-Humanitarian Affairs Minister fails to honor agency's invitation. You can see that on page 2. Stories right below the banner. Atiku to run again in 2027, says aide. NNPC captures 104.16 million into database. Ex-Sierra Leone President Kurama Ert for Nigeria on asylum after treason charges. You can see that on page 3. Abbas, lawmakers won't drop constituency projects. They connect government to people at grassroots. That can be seen on page 3. And lastly on the nation, 4.5 million voters to elect 2 senators, 16 reps, 25 assembly members next month. You can see that on page 4. And the Punch is leading with APC promises every defeat as Atiku eyes 2027 presidential bid. Atiku has wisdom, capacity, energy. Will run in 2027, says aide. PDP welcomes ex-vice president and others. APC says ex-vice president will be defeated again. Obi will contest. Atiku should support him. Labour Party insists. You can see that on page 3. And on page 20, no plan to hike fuel price. NNPCL assures Nigeria. Federal government eyes 750,000 jobs with gas initiative. Mother of quadruplet held in Delta hospitals over 4 million naira bill. You can see that on pages 4 and 5. Stories above. Obasanjo fought 88 trillion naira debt burden, says relief mismanaged. Federal government to withdraw recognition of Kenya, Uganda and Niger varsities. You can see that on page 16 of the Punch newspaper. Now the Guardian is leading with vandalism, fresh concerns for public assets as repairs cost over 132 billion naira yearly. You can see that on page 6. Ex-minister spawns summons as EFCC arrest NSIPA ex-boss. You can see that on page 3. You've not met expectations, TUC tells Tinubu list demands. Boko Haram terrorists kill 12 residents in Chibok. NNPC denies increment of petrol price to 1,200. And lastly on the Guardian newspaper, ICPC probes alleged 6 weeks degree scheme by Cotonou varsities. Quizzes undercover reports. You can see that on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper. And that's all we have on the front pages of the dailies this morning. Join us after the break for the analysis. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Today in the News on Vanguard Live. I'm Damilola Ogunshaki. Joining us to analyze the front pages of the dailies this morning is Mr. Oludari Mayowa. He's the publisher of Global Financial Digest. Good morning, Mr. Mayowa.
Good morning, Damilola. Happy New Year.
Yes, we should. Yes, we should the same. Now let's move straight to the front pages of the dailies this morning, and it's leading with the story of terrorists and bandits. Well, across many of this country, the terrorists and bandits Tuesday night and early yesterday continued to unleash a reign of terror killing and kidnapping citizens. Abuja, Niger, Nassau, and Plateau were among the states attacked by the bandits. Now, what do you think about this and the current rise in insecurity going on?
Thank you very much. Well, when you look at what happened, I think during the festive period, exactly towards the end of the year, it has become a common thing that crimes increase because many people are less than their guards, many people will be traveling their home to celebrate, many people will not be at home, and all of these things, and even the security agencies, the police, the army, some of them too are led by their guard because some of them want to go back home to celebrate with their families, and all of us are in relaxed mood, and that is when crime escalates across the nation of the world. But what spared other crime and what's different for that crime is that oftentimes they are already planned for those period. No flavor crimes increase, especially in the period of inflation, rapid growth of inflation. People actually want to get money to celebrate festival with their family as well. So all of this contribute to the surge in crime. Unfortunately, our government were not prepared for this because it could have involved in that strategic move by the hierarchy of power in the ministry and the police to ensure that at this period of time when the peak of crime, we deploy the personnel of officers across to combat this crime. Unfortunately, if you travel, we say that you know that there are many police checkpoints across the place, but what they are asking for, they ask for tips from drivers. Security part, so they equally probably have already conforming the security situation. They are asking for money. They are checking. They are not checking you for to detect crime. They are checking to collect money from you on the roads to the east, to the north, to the west. And the bandits, the criminals, the robbery takes advantage of this. They take advantage of this to commit their crime. So that's why we are seeing the surge in the number of criminalities.
With what is going on, I mean, this country, this current administration said they came in with a handful of plans to curb the insecurity in the country. And between December 24, a lot has happened, especially in Abuja and the Plateau State, with the kidnappings and also the killing of a RCCG pastor.
Security is the president administration. I must say that they have been with us since. Towards the tail end of Jonathan, Church, Buhari escalated, and we are still seeing the effect in this new administration. That's what we are seeing, really. For me, I will not say that they are either prepared or not prepared. What they need to do is to rejig the security architecture to ensure that all the loopholes are covered and ensure that the military, the police, the security, civil defense, on top of their job. That's what they need to do. What they need to do is strategize, because criminals are, like somebody said recently, criminals are planning, as in security people are planning as well. I was with the police officer recently. I was saying as they are planning, the criminals are equally planning to counter their planning. So it's a two-way thing, but they need to really up their game and ensure that people are secure and they are safe, regardless of what is the surging number of victims. And that's exactly what we need to really work on. And government must work on this to ensure that Nigerians are safe. That's what we need to ensure. So they need to look at the analyze the situation. Where are these security? Where are these criminals coming from? And how can they counter their attack? And that's what the security agency to work on. I'm sure we are capable. We have the capable hands. I'm sure they are well trained. I'm sure they are well equipped now. What we need to understand is that how are they allowing such thing to happen? And probably they are overwhelmed and they need to recruit more hands. Unfortunately, when you see for the viral video recently that criminals are enlisting in the army, are enlisting in the police and security forces. So those are those who are enlisting through foreign means, who are not from Lagos, are taking some came from Lagos to join the army. These are criminal acts. So those criminals are enlisting in the military and they are being accepted. And you can imagine what they will do when they wear the uniform. So these are things that government need to do to cleanse the system and ensure that we solidify security architectural. So that's where we can actually overcome some of this security challenge.
All right, while people are complaining about the insecurity in the country, there's also a rumor going around of a possible hike in petrol price. Now, the NNPCL chief, corporate or commissions officer Olufemi is saying that Nigerians should disregard that rumor. What do you think about this?
Well, who assures when an NNPC who is responsible for the distribution of the fuel across the nation? If you say there's no imminent hike in the price, I think some of us should be able to believe them, so to say. But again, when you look at the circumstances around what is going on in Nigeria, many people now we take that statement with a pinch of salt. People are looking at the exchange rates. People are looking at the price of crude oil in the international market. So all of this community and the inflation and the fact that the president said he had removed subsidy from fuel. So if you are to follow all those trends, the analysis will come to many analysts has come to the conclude that there is some element of subsidy going on in our fair distribution by the government, probably to restrain people from protesting. So they try to hold down the price of fuel in the retail price. But if the NNPC says yes, they are recovering their costs, they are not subsidies, then there's something we are not being told. Either we are overcharged for fuel in time past when the exchange rate was still very low, or we are not being told the truth, the whole truth around the whole thing. Nigeria will come to hold their leaders accountable, and that's why they are panicking. Because the independent importer too, they are complaining about the present price. And if you have gone around some part of this country, you know that there have been quite increase in price. There will be 50 naira, 100 naira, hike in price across the board by independent marketers without announcement. So that could be a signal to what people are picking up to actually anticipate that probably they are going to be hike in price. And I won't be surprised if in the next couple of weeks or months we have such underground increase, like 50 naira, 100 naira, just to augment, to reduce the impact on the independent marketers. But we need to believe NNPC. They're saying they are not increasing, and we should believe them. Of course, without disregarding the circumstances around the price.
But do you think subsidy payment is still on? Because according to marketers, the price directly after importation is 620 something naira, within that range, and the price should be selling for 1,200 naira. And now NNPCL is saying that we should disregard the rumor going around. So do you think there's still subsidy payment if the oil marketers are saying this is the price from the market?
Number one, I won't say there's a subsidy being paid, because they said no, they are recovering their costs. I should believe them because they are a private company today or a commercial company, so they need to give accounts of what they have done. Secondly, the fact that the NNPC is probably sole supplier of the system, importer of this product, and they are claiming there's no subsidy. There may be some other means, or they are taking care of that one. So I will rather believe NNPC than believe other person. Or notwithstanding, like I said, notwithstanding that we put all the elements together, the exchange rate, the price of crude oil in the international market, and all factors being together, we may suggest that something is being done to keep price low. Ordinarily, when you look at the landing cost and the rest, price may have been probably higher than what we are having today. What the NNPC is doing to ensure that we have a stability in the price, we may not know. And if they are saying they are recovering their price, then let us believe them. I'm sure probably they have a way of managing the situation in such a way. There's no way there's a loop, there's no margin you have to cover in whatever way. Either they are covering margin without resorting to impacting the revenue that will remit to the federation account, or something is given out for something, or they are giving the crude oil for refining at a lower price for refiner to give them to give the finished product at a price that is commensurate with what they are selling in the market. Is the only NNPC that can explain that aspect to us. But like I said, economics analysis analysts look at it at the cost and the variables that involve the pricing of fuel, and they estimated that the price ought to be higher than what we are paying currently. That means if the price ought to be higher than what we are paying, that means some level of subsidy is going on. But I would like to say again too that now that we have been paying subsidy, so to say, in tempers, what the NNPC is doing is that the money throughout their operation costs, they frame the margin through their operation costs, so that government is not paying subsidy to anybody, because the independent importers are not importing fuel in the last couple of years. So that may be the reason why they say they are not paying subsidy. So I will believe them.
All right, let's move away from that. Well, former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, he has attempted to become Nigeria's president 6 times but was unsuccessful. He attempted in 1993, 2007, 2011, 2015, 2019, and 2023. Now, a spokesperson on Tuesday night confirmed that his principal will contest again in the presidential election in 2027. What's your take on this?
It's not funny to people like us. Atiku is a politician, and politicians don't give up. The price, the highest price for politicians is the highest office in this country, and he has attempted to be president many times. And who can say, you can't predict what will happen tomorrow? You can't predict what. If you look at America, for example, today, Trump is making no effort to come back, and is pushing very hard to stay the incumbent President Biden. So if Atiku says he's going to contest, let's wait for him. Is he going to contest under the PDP, or is he going to cross over to APC, or is he going to form an alliance that will ensure that? But when we analyze everything that ran Atiku in the last election, further that he mismanaged the last election, if the election was for him to win, would have won that election hands down if they have played the politics right. For example, if he has not discontinued the 5 governors, in a way, probably if they have had the support of the 5 governors of the PDP, so backing up, definitely would have had edge over the current president. If, for example, he has not allowed Peter Obi to go and move to a Labour Party to contest against it, probably he would have garnered some element of votes from the southeast and probably edge out the present government. But of course, politics is not a mathematics where you 2 plus 2 is 4. So for me, yes, if we can say he mismanaged that, but there are other factors that are involved in politics. Who knows what the politics of the present APC play there? Who knows the sponsors of those people to actually divide the vote for Atiku? So Atiku is a strong politician. Is a seasonal politician who comes in to contest. After the election has gone low, I'm expecting that if you want to contest in 2027, he should start from now, rather than go to Dubai and come back a year or 2 to the election and come back to Nigeria and start running around. I would advise that you start from now and kickstart his campaign, restructure the PDP, ensuring that there's cohesion within its political base, and ensure he reconcile all the worrying factors in PDP, and probably gather some support from the other political party, other opposition party, and form a coalition or alliance and make a formidable team. Otherwise, if PDP remain the way they are today, I don't see any chance of him even in contest winning the election. But like I said, in politics, you can't rule out anything. You can't say basically this is 2 plus 2 is going to be 4. So I wish him best of luck.
All right. Lastly, let's just quickly take a look at this one. Following the suspension of accreditation and evaluation of degree certificates from Benin Republic and Togo, the federal government has said its action will be extended to more countries like Uganda, Kenya, and the Niger Republic. And this is following an undercover journalist report on how he acquired a degree from a university in Benin Republic under 2 months, and in fact deployed for NYSC despite the fact that he did not attend the class. What do you think about this?
Unfortunately, this thing has been going on for long. Not today. So it didn't start today. And I'm sure the government were aware of it. It takes a courageous journalist to go all the way to unravel some of these things and bring to the fore. And that's why we are today. We have people even outside, they have even the more advanced client. There are universities specially set up for Nigeria to award a degree program for Nigeria, fake one, and to obtain it and come to Nigeria. That means our system is so weak. Or if our system is not weak, we want to have a system mechanism where we are creating some of these foreign universities to ensure that they meet our standard and their products can be able to or justify their certificate they hand from those universities. It's not just mechanism. I think this is the right time for us to set it up to ensure, look at the global universities and have their list and have a means of ensuring that those universities are doing what they are established to do. Not that they are just there to scam people, to award fake certificate to people. So I don't know. I think the suspension that the government is reaching out, I'm not seeing it coming out of a deeper understanding of the crisis of the challenges. I'm just seeing as a just reaction to what just happened by the works of the investigative journalists that unravel what happened in Cotonou at their backyard there. It's go beyond this African country. Go to the West. Because in UK, in US, in Canada, there are some universities that are actually purposely established to cater for Africa, for Nigeria, particularly in the African country. Because they know when people want to go through the system, they want to get certificates, I want to do so, they come back with that kind of thing. What government should do is to actually set up a mechanism to ensure that the students of the university, their curricula and their processes, and ensure that those who graduate from those schools actually pass through the process to obtain those certificates. And that is a major work that government needs to embark upon, not just reacting to development. It will not help the system.
Let's end this on a lighter note with Mr. and Mrs. And the first person speaking this morning is Mrs. Mrs. says, what's the matter? The dress is beautiful. Why should I return it? And Mr. says, when I bought it for you at the boutique, it was sexier on the mannequin.
Wow. Wow. So what's going on between the shop and the home? What is going on? I should get the signal from the husband and make the right adjustment. Is that it's too big or too small, too tight, whichever way. But the communication for the man was not, for me, was not too good, really.
Yes, it was. It's a little harsh coming from Mr.
Yeah. I think they should manage their own fear before it fled to another crisis for them. That was a good one.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Manuel, for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much for having today. Yes. And have a lovely day. And regards to everyone behind the scene.
Yes, and you too. Do you want to like and follow us on all our social media platforms showing on your screen on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok? Our WhatsApp number is also displayed on your screen. My name is Damiola Opunshakin. Have a lovely time.